We see you getting after your fitness goals. But what about those money goals? You can count on Credit Karma for a clear view of your finances and your progress, helping you see results so you can keep checking off those financial personal bests and find your way to money. Progress never felt so good. Download the Intuit Credit Karma app and start achieving your money goals today. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, everybody. 2024, here we go.
2024. How crazy is that? I graduated high school in 2007, and I still feel like that was like 2 years ago.
I graduated high school in 1998, and I feel like that was about 10 years ago.
But doesn't it seem like time just flies by?
I can't believe it's
2024.
And it really, it just flew by. It didn't even, I don't know about the holidays. I know I've talked about this last week, but the holidays were so fast this year. And it was just go. And I never had a time just to sit and be like, okay, it's the holidays. It was just go, on to the next thing that we had to do. Do you agree? Do you think it was just kind of really quick this year?
I don't know. I love it all.
No,
so.
I know it's not about loving or not loving. It's about how fast it came and how fast it went. I mean, you didn't even get all your decorations up.
I know. I didn't get my outside decorations up, which is crazy. I didn't do my banisters and, the wreaths on the outside. It just was so overwhelming a little bit.
Well, when you have kids, things get in the way.
Yeah. But next year, I'm not going to fall behind. I'm going to make sure I get it done, which is also my New Year's resolution, to make sure that I am better with time management.
Time management. That is your one thing. I've been looking for one of your flaws. You don't have any, but this is one of them.
I don't have any. Thank you.
Your time management is one. It is. It's a bugaboo.
It is a bugaboo. And I know it, and I'm annoyed at myself. I don't want to be late. I care about other people's time, so I want to make sure that I do better at that. I just get so distracted so easily. What's your New Year's resolution going to be, honey?
I have a lot of them. I mean, I'm pretty, that's probably the one thing that I am pretty good on is my time management. I don't know, maybe just taking some time and breathing before I kind of react.
Yes.
Trying to, I don't know. I just try to, I guess, be the better person than I am now. I feel like that I'm a better person. I feel like maybe I could be a better person in my marriage, but I feel as far as everybody else, I feel like I've been a pretty good person this year. I've tried really hard. I feel like I'm a good father. I mean, I just got to grow on that and just kind of keep building off that.
So just continue growing and learning, which is something we should all do. Just continue to grow and learn and change from our past mistakes, because we all make mistakes. We're humans. I've made so many mistakes in my past, and we all have. I mean, everybody listening to this, I'm sure, feels the same exact way. As long as you grow and learn from it, I don't feel like people should all the time continuously bring things back up. Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
And in a marriage especially, that can be very problematic.
I agree. And I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but I have a problem with just how fast things are changing in the world. Things are just constantly changing. Things are getting upgraded. Things are just, it's a fast-paced world that I'm not used to. And I feel like every week there's something else and something else. And then I finally get used to a situation, or finally get used to something, and then it changes. And it's just a very fast-paced world. And I have a very, very hard time with change.
Yeah. I do too. I have a really hard time with change. Yeah, that's such a good point. But also, I bet our parents went through the same thing that we're feeling right now, that everything was changing for them too.
Do you think it was
They didn't
changing?
even have we didn't have internet and stuff. Could you imagine our parents having to go through even just the internet coming up, and AOL Messenger and MySpace and Facebook and
I don't know. I think the world is changing a lot faster than it used to. I think it's going a lot quicker than the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. I think it's just at an incredible rate. There's constantly new technology.
We're getting smarter.
New things going on. I mean, there's constantly changes in the world, and it's a scary, scary world now. It's a lot scarier than it was when we were growing up. There's constantly things happening. I'm constantly worried.
Which is one thing I wanted to hit on, because there are people on certain apps and certain different things that will just say whatever they think is true, and people actually will listen to it. Like Reddit, for example, the absolute worst thing to go for anything that is true.
Now,
there's this person.
I've never been on Reddit. Just so you know.
I try not to look at it, but every now and then somebody's like, girl, you got to look at this person on Reddit. They are just black. Who
has the time to do stuff like this?
I mean, almost every single day. I mean, they're talking about putting Cruz into speech therapy, acting like that we did not do enough for our child. Like, just like crazy things, like talking about our parenting, saying that I met you on purpose in Vegas, like literally just posting lie after lie after lie. And people actually believe it. That's one of the biggest hurdles, I think, of being in a public figure is whenever people just post lies and other people actually think that it's true. So I would love to talk to this person and like, you're hiding behind a fake name, a fake profile picture, and everything, and you're never even saying anything that's actually true.
But just ask them, like, why do you
why?
do this?
What did I do to you? I try to be the nicest person I could ever be. I try to respect everyone. I've never done any of these things that this person is accusing me of, which is insane. So I don't know. It's just like, for a person like me who is definitely a people pleaser, that's one of my other New Year's resolutions I should probably work on. But for someone like me who's a people pleaser and who tries to do the right thing, like, it just really upsets me whenever there's somebody that's just like gaslighting and putting, just trying to be a horrible person and spread horrible lies.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I just don't get
understand.
it. And you know what?
I feel sorry for this human being.
I feel sorry for them
like,
too.
Something must be going wrong in their lives
Yes.
to want to do something like this.
Yeah.
To project their insecurities onto us, I feel like is kind of just hurtful.
And I know they're
in this
listening
day
to
and
this
age,
right now. So I want to say, person, whoever you are, I'm praying for you. I wish you nothing but happiness and love and everything in your life. But just know you've got it wrong. And especially to talk about parenting, being a parent is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And Cruz is my number one priority. And I just feel like it's so insane for someone to just like post things that's not even true and act like that it's okay. And just not even cared about the people they're hurting and the people that actually that they're talking about. Like, I just feel so bad for you. You're sitting behind a fake name, a fake profile, and diagnosing my 2.5-year-old son with things. Like, I go to the doctor. We do everything we possibly can to help our son. So I'm just a little pissed off today. I'm not going to lie, because say whatever you want about me, but do not talk about my child. That is just where I draw the line. My child, he is absolutely amazing, and we're doing everything we possibly can. And just because you see a little thing on Instagram or on a TV show or whatever does not mean you know everything. We work day in and day out to make sure everything is okay. And I don't know, it's burning me up today. I've had like a really weird week. And I just feel like I needed to address it because people just spreading lies and acting like I said things about things in the past that I never even said. And it just really gets to me because I know who I am and I know what kind of person I am. And whenever people believe something that's not true about me, it really affects me.
I agree. And I kind of knew you were kind of in a weird place this week. And I hate it when you read these comments. I hate it. There's no reason to be reading these comments and diving deep, but these people are just disgusting human beings. And it kind of goes into my situation where people are asking me, Jax, how do you deal with the media?
Yeah.
People were asking me this. And I feel like the media is it's a very scary thing. It can literally shape anything you want, and people just believe what they want to read. And to be honest, nobody's doing the research. They just see if,
they'll hear a rumor and then post it like it's real. And that's what I do not understand. And that's what burns me up inside. Because if they actually knew me, they would know that I would never do those things or say those things or even act that way. Like, I try to get along with everybody. I welcome everybody. I feel like I'm nice to everybody. So if the stuff like that just really burns me up and it really gets to me. And that is definitely a downside.
It is.
I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm just,
It is part of being in this light where we are in. People are going to say stuff. And again, that's kind of where I was getting where it frustrates me of the technology going so fast. Like, people can just do whatever they want, say whatever they want and get away with it now. And it's just kind of it's a really crappy thing. And it just sucks because, this is the life we chose to live. And yet we have to deal with things like this. And I just think it's kind of, I don't know. And I just wish there was some kind of system out there where they could just kind of flag things like this. Because
Reddit needs to step up their game a little bit. This is ridiculous just to let people just spew lies.
Yeah,
and
you're destroying people's lives.
Yeah.
You're not destroying ours. You're obviously making my wife a little upset, but you're not destroying our lives. But you could possibly destroy someone's life. Someone could take their lives for reading things like this. It's just not okay.
And internet bullies are the absolute worst. And if you are hearing this and you are one of those, please stop. Could you imagine if somebody was doing this to your son or your daughter? How would you feel if somebody was going after your daughter or your son constantly and spreading lies and making them just feel like shit? Like, nobody would like that. If somebody's doing that to Cruz, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I get we're public figures. Yeah, people are going to stir up rumors and do all that. But, like, the same person just constantly, like, who are you?
You just got to feel
Talk
bad.
to me in person or something.
Bad.
I will change your mind.
You know,
like, golly.
You got to feel bad for this human being.
I do.
Something that
I
they're
feel
going
bad.
through. They're spreading their own insecurities.
Projecting it on us.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of goes into another question that people ask me. Jax, do you and Brittany really like Hollywood? And I'm going to answer this on my end of it. To be honest, I did. I really, really did like it. But I really don't like Hollywood anymore. I make this very clear. I feel like Hollywood has become very, very disconnected. The rawness, the movies, the cinema, the celebrity, to me, is just gone. It's become a very manufactured. The originality is gone. It's become cheap to me. I mean, how can we create something just to create something? That's kind of where I feel like the movie industry has gone and that Hollywood has gone. They just want to, it's just about money now. They just want to create. They don't care if the show's good. They don't care if anything's good. They just want more money. And I feel like just people, don't care if anything's good anymore. They just want to mass produce crap. And Hollywood has just become so fixated on money and what's the next biggest thing and social media and all this young stuff. It's just the glory of Hollywood is just, to me, as a 44-year-old man, is just gone. So that's your answer to that question.
After you watched The Holiday 20 million times and heard what's his name on The Holiday, the neighbor that she helps, the writer,
that little old man,
he says the same thing in The Holiday.
It's just, again, it's coming back to what I said earlier. It's just the way the world is today. It's to me, and this is just me personally, I'm just having a hard time dealing with it personally. I just think the world is moving way too fast. And it just, people need to stop for a minute and take a breath and be like, let's enjoy what we have and enjoy our friends and stuff. Just stop creating. And I know that's a lot what people want to do. They want to come out with new things, but I just wish we would slow down and take a beat, and it's just enjoy, what we have.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely trying to live in the moment and take everything that we have. And, we have so many exciting things coming up that I cannot wait until you guys get to see. I know we say that every single week, but it's true. Things are actually happening. And you guys are going to know very soon about what's going on. Today, though, we had Cruz's school orientation. He starts school on the 9th, and we were so excited.
It was so surreal. Like, I walked into school with all these other mom and dads, and I'm literally scoping out the mom and dads, and we're all saying hi to each other. Hi, I'm Cruz's dad. Hi, I'm Cruz's dad. And Brittany walks in, and we had to make placemats for Cruz so that when he eats his lunch, he's got something to eat on.
Like
and
photos of us.
We did like a photo
family.
album, and we're just kind of, I'm just, I'm scoping out the room. Looking at all the dads, looking at all the moms. Kind of, I'm not judging, but I'm just sitting there looking at him like, who's Cruz going to be friends with? Who's Cruz going to not get along with? Like, which kids are my...
We're starting a whole new chapter of our lives with this. It's crazy.
I just can't believe it. I feel like Cruz was just born like the other week, and I feel like I just came home from the hospital with him, and now he's already starting preschool.
I know. And for Cruz, I think that school is going to help him so much with whenever you're dealing with a child who has a speech delay like we are. Having him around as many kids as possible and trying to get him, to come out of his shell a little bit is going to help him tremendously.
Well, what we found out too is when like our babysitter / nanny takes him places, he does so much better. Like when he's with other people, and we've started to realize this because we love being with our child and we're with him a lot. But when we let him go with, the nanny or the babysitter or whatever, he does so much better.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is why I feel like school is really going to be amazing.
We look at him. I'll get the videos from like our nanny, and I'll be like, he doesn't do this when it's just you and I. Like he doesn't do this.
Because we're his happy place. We're his comfort. So he wants to come to us and like,
Right. But I'm unaware of that. And I talked to my other parent friends, like that's totally normal.
Yeah,
they
totally
feel comforted
normal.
around you.
Yeah.
But man, he's playing with others. He's just engaging with other things. He's being so, I don't know. It makes me feel a lot better because I thought maybe we were doing something wrong. But the fact that like our nanny and our babysitter takes him to toddler me classes, and he's doing so well, and he's been killing it at all our extra activities, and it's just amazing. But seen him go with.
And by the way, I did get a bunch of questions about like speech therapy because I know there's so many other parents that are going through the same thing. Like speech delays are hard, like because we overthink it as a mom. There's some sense of mom guilt in there, and I just like really just want things to be like perfect and easy for your own child, obviously, but then you go through these struggles and it's completely okay. It's very normal for many kids. But I will let you guys know the things that we have been doing. Our doctor says that we are doing everything that we possibly can. So we listen to our doctor, not people in our comment section.
We have a couple different doctors, actually. We actually have a couple different doctors.
But Cruz is in speech therapy. He does that 2 to 3 times a week. He is starting occupational therapy, and he's starting a group class to help with like social anxieties and things like that.
He was a COVID baby, everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
so COVID
yeah.
kids,
So, and all kids learn differently at different rates. So I just don't appreciate people trying to put labels on kids whenever they're only 2.5 years old. But I know as a parent that we are doing everything we possibly can. And at the same time, I just love him, and he's perfect no matter what. If he never speaks a day, he's still perfect.
He's the happiest kid ever. He's
he
always
is so
laughing.
happy.
He's always happy.
He is so loved. And every single night we tuck him into a warm bed, and he is just amazing. And we are so blessed. So I just want to make that very clear. But these are some of the things, because I know there's people listening who go through the struggles like that we've been through. And of course, there's things that happen that could be a million times worse. And I couldn't even imagine that. But in our own personal situation, those are some of the things that we are doing. We've definitely been on top of everything. And, our love is just out of this world.
Okay, enough of that. That was just dealing with one person, because most of you out there, 95% of you are amazing, and you're always,
and we appreciate that. But
obviously, we're going to tag out the one person.
I wanted to talk about it because I wanted to show just how people don't know everything, and they think they do.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Everybody's a doctor.
Yeah, everybody's a doctor.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, our doctor is actually the one who is helping us.
Yeah.
So we will listen to him.
We are never going to take anybody's advice on social media, so don't even stop. Don't even ask.
But yeah, other than that, thanks for the support.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate it. It's been an amazing ride so far. Like I said, we're kind of calling out a couple people here just because it's been relentless with these certain individuals. But like I said, for the most of you guys have been amazing. And anyway, so school today was absolutely fun. It was just so cool to meet all the parents and the teachers and to ask questions. And it was just like, I don't know what I was just like. I don't know if I was getting nervous. I don't know if I was scared. I was talking about the drop-off line and like his nap schedule and like packing his lunch. And making sure we have his
lunch is freaking
the school
me
bag
out.
in the lunch box, and what we can't have and what we can have, and I just cannot believe, and I'm getting emotional just talking about it, the fact that I'm dropping my son off to school.
It's going to be so cute. But also, I'm just such an overthinker. So for me, I'm like, okay, whenever I pack his lunch, are people going to be judging his lunch? If I put the same thing in there 2 days in a row, is that going to be an issue? I'm over here overthinking everything. And guys, I've gone all out. I've already got his monogram lunchbox, monogram backpack, and I got these little sandwich cutters that will make different shapes, fruit cutters that'll make different shapes. I'm trying to be one of those moms, just doing everything I possibly can. But for a first time mom, this is my first time doing anything like this, and I'm definitely overthinking it, but I'm super excited, and I know it's going to be great.
Yeah, we're going to have a really, really good time with this. I'm excited. I'm really excited for him because, like I said, we've been going so far to this toddler and me class to kind of get him ready for preschool, and he's just thriving in this class. And I hate that word. I just used the one word that I freaking hate.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, that was a word that I really wanted to stop using. I hate that word so much.
I like it.
It accidentally just slipped off. Thriving, go, and slaps. I don't like any of those words.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so yeah, he's doing good. So
he's doing amazing. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
What about our New Year's? Should we talk about our New Year's?
Oh sure, yeah.
Hold on with the questions. We'll get to the questions. We do that all the time. Let's get to our New Year's. I hope everybody had an amazing New Year's. Like I said, it went by awfully quick this year. This year we had our New Year's Eve at Jax's, of course. It was a super, super successful. I wasn't quite sure how New Year's Eve was going to be here because in the past, LA is kind of one of those spots where either people stay home or they go full out to nightclubs. So my wife and I have a bar/lounge, so it was kind of hit or miss, but it was packed. We had a great time. All our friends showed up. We were home at a reasonable hour. I was home at 12:45, and even my nanny was surprised when she saw me walk through the door. She's like, wow, you're home early. So I wasn't hungover, felt pretty good about the day.
Yeah.
And like I said, I want to thank everybody who came out to the bar and supported us, and it was a lot of fun. Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, I had a great time.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I got to get dressed up and wear my new shoes that I'm so proud of. My Glinda the Good Witch shoes that I keep calling them. But yeah, it was such a good good night. It's so much fun. Didn't we have like a band from like Nashville or something that was there?
There was a band from Nashville, and I'm flaking on the name right now. I don't know what the name of the band, but they showed up. Maybe I'll mention it next week when I remember.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of really great people show up, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Had a good time.
A lot of like really amazing people, and we're so grateful for all of that.
And obviously all my friends, I kind of been killing them, making them come to my bar since it opened, and they all came too, and they all live over the hill, so they came over to the bar. So
and by the way, the bar is looking amazing. Like, it has changed so much from the photos and stuff that I feel like have been out in the past. Like, we did a entertainment Tonight show, and they did like a tour of the bar, which it looked amazing then too, but it's just getting better and better because we opened so fast, so we're still adding things to the bar. Right
now we're kind of tweaking it and like fine-tuning it. We got the bar open. Like I said, I wanted to get the bar open quickly because it costs money to keep this place open and not have anything going on, so we got it open really, really quick. But now like I said, we're fine-tuning it, adding things, taking away things, just tweaking things, but it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and I'm learning a lot too. Owning a business is hard. It's hard, especially it's the bar industry. It's just tough, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Like I said, I have great business partners, and everything's going really, really well with it.
Okay, so I forgot to tell you guys this story that happened on Christmas, but I just feel like I need to tell you all because it is so cute, and it just shows how amazing my family is that I came from. So we had put my Mama's gift into a box of baby wipes. So we use Pampers Pure baby wipes, okay? So I put my Mama's gift inside that box, taped it up really tight, whatever. My mama opens the gift and is like, "Oh, thank you, thank you." Well, like an hour goes by and I'm like, "Mama, did you not open your present?" And she's like, "Yeah, I did." She's like, "Here it is." She actually thought that I gave her a box of baby wipes.
That was funny.
She thought I actually gave her a box of baby wipes and was so grateful and thankful for it. And inside it had like Pioneer Woman, like dishes and things like that. But how cute is that? She was so grateful just thinking I got her a box of baby wipes.
Oh my God. If I hear the word Pioneer Woman one more time, I can't tell you guys. Okay, so listen, as you guys know, we're going to jump to this story right here because, well, this is just on the top of my mind right now. So we obviously had Christmas in Kentucky, and Brittany's mother is obsessed. Her new thing right now is this Pioneer Woman.
Yes.
Which she's a lovely lady. We watched some shows on her, and she's really amazing.
Amazing chef, yeah.
And so she has her own line of cookware. I mean, all kinds of stuff, right? So
it's very big in Kentucky, and I'm sure all over, the South and stuff. But definitely in Kentucky.
So she literally, between Mama and Sherry, they got loaded up with Pioneer Woman.
Yeah.
I keep butchering it. I keep calling it everything but Pioneer Woman. I'm like calling it the whatever woman, this woman. I couldn't think of the name, but I keep saying it, whatever. So we got her tons and tons of Pioneer Woman stuff, and she hasn't really cook.
I did not get my cooking genes from my mother.
So
we'll just say that.
She asked for all this cookware, and let me tell you, she got the catalog. And when I mean she didn't just get one pan or two pots. She literally got 25 different items. And the woman doesn't cook. She does microwave meals. So when we were giving her this, I'm like, are you going to take cooking lessons, or is this just going to be for looks, or is this a phase? Or because everybody, when she was opening the presents, all the family was like, really, Sherry? What are you going to do with these? Is this just for looks? Because everyone knows in the family that she doesn't
No, she
cook.
loves it. She says she's got inspired. She's like, I've gotten inspired to do this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. My mom is just the absolute cutest.
She's funny.
She's
And it'll be
so
funny
funny
to see what she cooks,
Yeah.
or if it's just dust collectors.
I sent a picture of my pot roast that I made the other day, and she's like, all that's missing is the Pioneer Woman crock pot. And I was like, you're right, Mom.
It reminds me, I'm gonna go back to what we do is when we quote TV shows. It reminds me to going to the Friends episode where they go to Pottery Barn, and where Ross is like, Pottery Barn has sheets, and then they have the bird cage, and like, how come I don't have the bird cage large? You remember the episodes?
Yeah.
When they get everything from Pottery Barn, they're like, oh my God, catalog. Page 3, the large bird cage. We don't have that.
We've really gotten back into our Friends kick.
Yeah, we have. By the way, were Ross and Rachel on a break? I'm going to say yes.
No.
Yes, they were.
Okay, the same day is different. Like if it was like a week or whatever, yeah, maybe they were on a break, but that was the same exact day.
But they were on a break.
Okay, no. That was the same day that they mentioned it. And then she had called that night to be like, I don't want to go on a break.
But
So if he would have waited more than one freaking day,
But how
they
was
would
he
have been
supposed to
fine.
know? How was he supposed to know? He was going through like some
One
heartbreak.
day, Jax. One day.
I'm not saying he should have hooked up, but they were technically on a break. Now the rules.
I don't agree. I think you should at least give it a week leeway before you just
Where's
go
the
on.
rule book on if you're on a break?
I'm Team Rachel on this. You
I'm
guys,
sorry, I'm Team Ross on this.
because you're a dude.
I'm not saying he should have hooked up, but they were on a break. Now the hooking up part, it happened, whatever. But were they on a break? That was the question.
Okay, but if
Yes.
it's one day and you're still supposed to be in love with this person, that's the difference.
He picked up the phone and heard another guy in the kitchen.
Yeah, but she wasn't even doing anything. He just thought in his mind that she was.
Okay, but that's where guys' minds go. You automatically
girls'
think.
minds go everywhere too, especially overthinkers like me. I'll be thinking everything's going on.
You're a textbook overthinker on literally everything.
Oh my gosh.
Textbook.
Okay, well, I think that one day was not long enough to be on a technical break. So, that's just my feelings. Did you see where Britney Spears confirms that she's never going to return to the music industry?
See, I have a hard time with Britney Spears because I will get flagged. I pretty much deleted everything that's gossipy on my Instagram because I got involved in my phone too much. But occasionally I will get a Britney Spears flag or whatever somehow. And she does the craziest things. So I think everything she does, I take it with a grain of salt, whatever she says, because I feel like people do things now for press, for clicks.
Yeah, but I think she's just living her life right now because she never got a chance to for her entire life.
I don't believe
she
anything
might
anybody
make crazy
says.
videos and like do weird dancing and stuff, but like that's Britney Spears. Like I freaking love her.
I don't know. I'm not just saying it because of Britney Spears. I'm taking it again into this world. Like everybody does things for clicks. People will ruin their marriages for clicks. I mean, look what's going on with Housewives, right? Now they're saying Kyle and Mauricio were just doing the breakup for clout, for clicks. They're doing that. Like people are literally going into their personal lives.
But hasn't he been like
disruption.
cheating for a long time?
I'm not going to say yes or no if he was cheating or not because I don't know. I don't know that. I'm not going to say whether or not. Who am I to say?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying if you're literally taking it as far as going into your marriage and going into your wife or your husband and you're saying, hey, let's pretend that we're fighting or going to break up just so we can get people to look at us. I think that's gone too far.
But do they really do that or is that just people starting rumors?
Well, no, that's the thing now. They're saying Kyle's coming out saying they were just doing it for clout. From what I saw, they're
which
doing
is
it
people leading into everything they read.
Yes.
But
they're saying that
what if they just had their issues and we're trying to like separate for a little bit and maybe they're going to get back together. Maybe they won't.
I think because of what happened, this is my thing. And by the way, this is my opinion, what I'm about to say. I think because of what happened on Vanderpump Rules with the whole scandal, I think people saw this on other shows, such as pretty much any Bravo show. They saw this little thing and
how
they're like,
big it got.
how big it got. Like, woo, I wonder if we start something, this will get as big. I feel like people are going to do that. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And this is my opinion. And I think I've been in this world long enough to give my opinion. And I think that's what people are doing. And I think it's disgusting that if you're married, that you're going to dive into your marriage and be like, hey, we'll get more popular if we say our marriage is on the rocks. Like,
yeah, but maybe that's not what happened. I don't want to speculate and say that's what happened.
I'm not saying one way or the other, but I've never been wrong about a lot of things.
You are wrong about so many things.
What am I wrong about?
You just say things without the actual facts many times. And then I'm over here cleaning up the pieces and people accuse me of saying the things you said because I'm your wife, even though I never said the things you said and we're two different people. I feel like I have to do cleanup all the time.
I'm allowed to say it's in my opinion.
Yes, but sometimes you just spew what you think is the truth.
I just feel like,
whenever we know
it's just weird.
You don't have the facts yet.
after this Sandoval event, all these kind of little things are happening with people are diving into them. Oh, their marriages are this, or this is going on, because they saw what happened with Sandoval and how big it got. They're going to use that same formula and start their own gossip, and so they can get clicks. It's all about the clicks.
Yeah, but also people go through their real stuff, like Carl and Lindsay separating. I don't think that was for clicks. Like, I think she was really devastated by that.
I have my own opinion on this, and I will keep that to myself.
Oh,
do you
know a little something that the rest of us don't know?
Yeah, I do, but that's me. I've been friends with Carl for a while, and I know.
Well, I love Lindsay. I think she's great.
I love them all, but I think it got a little bit too real. And I think...
I mean, it was like 2 months before the wedding or something crazy. Yeah. Like, sheesh.
And you know what? I saw her walking around with Johnny Bananas. I didn't even talk to Johnny about this. I was like, I talk to Johnny now a lot. I'm like, wait a minute, why did I not ask you? I got to ask him this.
Are Johnny and Corinne hooking up or something? Because I feel like I see them together all the time on Instagram.
He did hook up with her when they went to Miami. Yes.
He did?
Yeah.
Did he say that?
She's just like, she's what I call a jersey chaser.
Oh, whatever.
You know what
a jersey chaser is athletes, honey.
Whatever. Okay. Well, she's a jersey chaser in the reality star world. So basically, she's just a reality chaser. I think that's just that's the vibe that I got from her. I can read people pretty well.
Are you sure that they hooked up, or are you just salty because she wanted you out as soon as you entered the House of Villains house?
He told me.
Oh, did you talk about it publicly, or are you outing him?
I think we talked about it again. I can't remember, but I think we talked about this in Florida on his podcast.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's scared to say it, but what I'm saying
I hope not. Sorry, Johnny, if you are.
No, he doesn't care. He's a single guy.
I don't know Corinne from Adam, so I don't know her at all.
Trust me, you're not going to lose sleep over it. She ain't that great.
Well, she just wanted you out as soon as you got there, but I feel like I could, be nice and
everybody
get along
wanted
with her.
me out as soon as I got there. It wasn't just her.
Very true.
Yeah, she was an interesting human being. But anyway, what I'm saying is I saw Johnny walking around with Carl's Lindsay. They've been like hanging out, which is weird to me because
I haven't seen
she's
that.
in New York and he's in California, but I think he's moving to Florida. But
yeah, he's in Florida.
I'm just curious how they met and what was going on with that. Because if I know Johnny, he doesn't really want to have a girlfriend. He kind of loves being single Johnny. That's just his thing. But anyway, did I have him on our podcast? We had him on here.
Yeah,
right?
you had him on. You guys did like a
We'll clarify
one-on-one.
some of this up.
Yeah, because here we go. Jax might just be spreading rumors yet again.
I'm not. Again, everything I say is in my opinion. In my opinion. It's not facts. If I say facts, it'll be a fact.
Oh, goodness.
But I just, again, go back into Vanderpump Rules. Have I been wrong about anything? No.
I mean, I'm sure there's some things.
Yeah, but I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong.
You crack me up
I say
with
what
that.
the people are thinking.
Okay, so a lot of people, Jax, are freaking out because Tom Sandoval, where are they at right now?
Korea, Thailand, and China, I think.
So he took
Maybe
photos
Tokyo.
with tigers, and the internet is pissed. It's animal cruelty. They are in cages being trained to do like all these things and take like photos. If it was a rescue organization or whatever, like awesome, like, or some of these animals grew up in circuses and stuff and they deserve to be rescued and have a better life. So I do get that. But he is a public figure taking photos with tigers.
Okay, and I,
I
didn't see that. I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
No, and Lala's super upset, and I understand it. Like, just do your research before you do something dumb like that, Tom. Jeez.
So Brittany, jumping off that, Brittany a couple of years ago got me one of those tests. What was it? Me, you, and 3? Or
23 and me or something.
When I say me, you, and 3, 23 and me, and it's still in the junk drawer. It's still sitting in there.
We should do them.
No, here's the thing. I feel like it's one of those things. If you do that, like the world has all your. I just feel like it's bad. Like in my head, I feel like
we watch too much End of the World movies.
End of the World. Like I feel like it's like one of those things where if they have your documentation, they have your DNA, they use it for other things. I don't know. We do still have it, and I'm wondering if she used the 23andMe thing, but I don't know. Do you think we should do it? I don't think I'm going to do it, but you should do it.
Huh?
You should try it. The 23andMe thing?
Maybe.
I'm not going to do that. No way. I think like it's too risky.
This is from Renee.Waldman. Did you get your money from Randall? I haven't heard an update on this lately.
God, I wish, I just didn't want to annoy people with this because it's freaking annoying. It's
we said it every week.
And I've said it every week. And it's like, you know what? I screwed up. I made a bad mistake. I trusted the wrong person. And you know what? Lesson learned. You move on. But no, I haven't got my money from Randall. Of course, I would love my money from Randall. If anybody wants to help me get my money from Randall or can give me some ideas on what to do. Again, it was kind of a sign of good faith. There was no documentation in this. So like I said, we had 4 other business deals together that all went great. And this one went sour right before COVID. That's kind of where we are with that. But no, I have not received a dime. And I really, really wish I would get my money back from him. But I don't really know how to go about it from here.
Yeah, I think that he is just trash. Yeah. Okay. How do you all, this is from Brittany Glassford. How do you all transport gifts to and from Kentucky? I live in Kentucky and our car is packed for Christmas travel. So what we do is Jax used to be a hockey player. So we take all of our suitcases and stuff, and then we bring our packages and our gifts that we brought for our family in a huge hockey bag.
A goalie hockey bag.
So it's huge. And then also, of course, whenever I order things, I just send them straight to my mom's house and wrap them when I get there. And then that way we empty it out, and any presents that we got for Cruz or from our family or anything, we put them back in the hockey bag, and it just counts as one of our checked bags.
And we do travel first class, so we don't have to pay for the bags. So that helps. I'm not trying to say, because we travel first class, but and financially, it makes sense for you to buy the first class tickets.
One time we did not
God.
bring a hockey bag, and we had to pay like over like $800 for shipping to ship everything back. Almost worth more than like the gifts were. So we learned our lesson the hard way.
It really makes sense for you guys traveling out there. If you are going to do the present things, fly first class because you can use your bags.
Or just check an extra bag and pay that fee for checking an extra bag, because it's still not going to be as much as shipping, most likely.
Yeah.
Even if, whatever kind of ticket that you get. But yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah, we have a huge bag. It's crazy, actually. And I try to tell my in-laws, I'm like, can you try to keep the gifts kind of small? We appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, this is a good question. This is from Shay Go Gwen. And her question is, what was the best VPR group trip and why? I think that my favorite VPR group trip we did was when we went to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. I think that was so fun. Me and Jax love that hotel. We've actually been back like 2 or 3 times to that same resort since, because it's absolutely amazing. Hotel Musai.
Oh, I'll definitely plug that hotel.
Yeah.
It is the best hotel that I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of hotels. Again, it's called Hotel Musai.
Yeah, and it was just amazing. So that was definitely my favorite trip on there. I mean, of course, going to Kentucky and letting everybody see how beautiful Kentucky is, and the wedding, that was obviously top tier for me as well, and one of the things that I love the most about the show. But if I was to say something like a trip us outside of the wedding, definitely Puerto Vallarta. That was fun.
I'd have to say the least favorite, I think everybody knows, was Hawaii.
Oh gosh. Least favorite for me, I was stuck by my freaking self. And Jax, whenever we can laugh about it now because it's been so many years ago, but obviously we don't think this is okay. Jax knows it was a mistake. It was bad, whatever. But we're sitting at the bar together, and whenever the cops come up, and he looks at me and he tells me, "Don't tell anyone." So I'm in Mexico, or I'm in Hawaii by my freaking self, and Jax told me not to tell anybody, meaning like Sheena, Katie, Tom, like whoever else was there with us. So I was just silent for like hours and hours and hours until it broke on TMZ that he was taken out. And then all of a sudden his mom starts calling me. Everybody starts calling me. It was a whole thing. But the last thing he said as he's getting taken away is, "Don't tell anyone." I was like, what?
I was so embarrassed.
And I was brand new. I was a brand spanking new at that Hawaii trip. I did not know what I had got myself into. It was just crazy.
Top 5 worst moments of my life.
Oh my gosh. It was crazy. Like I said, we laugh at ourselves now. We know we've made mistakes, but what are we going to do? We got to learn, grow from it, and just laugh at the things that we've done. Everybody in the world would make mistakes if they had cameras on them 24/7. Let's be real.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta remember, everybody who watches this who's not on TV is perfect.
Oh yeah.
You
so perfect.
Everybody's perfect that's not on TV. You gotta let people know that.
Yeah, but we're just trying our best, trying to get through it day to day.
Quick,
we're normal people at the end of the day.
Real quick. My sister's 40th is coming up January 18th.
Happy birthday, Jenny!
I don't know if she's listening to this or not, or I don't know if she knows this or not, but we are throwing a surprise birthday party for her January 19th.
Jenny, if you're listening, you are flying to LA
with all your friends.
With your friends, and you're staying with us, and we're throwing you a birthday party. So get ready.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We're basically just announcing this right now, and she's going to find out today.
Because she hasn't known what's going on for her birthday, but she knows something's being planned, and every time we FaceTime with her, we're like,
we have no idea what to say.
And me and Jax will both just like leave the camera like so that she can't see us.
And Patrick's calling me. He's like, we got to tell her because it looks like that I'm a bad husband right now. And, and her best friend Megan calls me and she's like, I look like a terrible friend right now, so we can't let this go anymore. So I'm super excited to plan her 40th. I can't believe my sister's turning 40, the big 40. And I'm so excited. We're going to have her here and her friends the weekend of January 18th. We're going to throw her a nice little party at Jax's. So if anybody's in town and wants to come by, we're going to leave this open to the public. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to throw her a big bash and welcome her to her 40s.
Yes, we love you, Jenny. I've got blessed with the best sister-in-law ever. All my sister-in-laws are amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, guys, we love you so much. Again, Happy New Year. I hope nothing but the best for your 2024. And thank you so much for listening to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany.
Happy New Year, everybody.
See y'all next week.
I'm I'm Lola.
And I'm Megan.
And we're the hosts of Trust Me, Cults, Extreme Belief, and Manipulation. We both have childhood cult experiences, and we're here to debunk the myths about people who join them
and show that anyone can be manipulated.
Our past interviews include survivors and former members of the Manson family,
NXIVM,
MS-13, Teal Swan,
Heaven's Gate, Children of God,
and the Branch Davidians. Join us every week as we help you spot the red flags.
Get new episodes of Trust Me every Wednesday on PodcastOne
or wherever you get your podcasts.